Disgraced former President Donald Trump arrived in Scotland to break ground on a new golf course.
We love Scotland.
And how's your trip
And look
been
at that,
so far?
I like that. Look at that beautiful baby.
He would deflect questions and mock the press,
And we throw it at the press.
threatening to throw dirt in the faces of reporters, journalists, photographers, and cameramen on the scene. His supporters laughed at the thought of violence. As streamers went off into the sky and bagpipes played at his arrival, many questioned the validity of the scenes they took in. Thus, one TikTok user noticed the following.
Donald Trump flew into Scotland yesterday. Here he is getting off the plane to bagpipes playing, trying to make it look like it was a state visit. He wanted people to think that the state had been there to greet him. On closer inspection, he paid for them to be there.
This pageantry came with the backdrop of a court case underway in the state of New York.
I preceded him into the dressing room. The minute he closed that door, I was banged up against the wall.
Involving E. Jean Carroll, who claims Trump essayed her. Trump's attorneys sought a mistrial, which was denied by Judge Lewis Kaplan. Trump has not attended and will not testify, opting to visit Scotland instead. Previously, Trump pled not guilty to over 30 counts of falsifying his business records. The judge did not place travel restrictions on the former president. Meg Kennard wrote, "The hush money case is just one of several investigations that could result in criminal charges for Trump as he campaigns for a return to the White House. His 2024 bid was top of mind as he previewed his trip to Aberdeen on his social media site. Serious charges against him? Why not play a round of golf to ease the mind from serious allegations of misdeeds and violently attacking women?" Here was how many in Scotland greeted the pro-insurrectionist president who demands he be leader of the United States, a fascist turn that Republicans approve of. USA Today's David Jackson would report, witnesses friendly to Carroll dominated the fifth day of the trial in the defamation lawsuit she filed against Trump, claiming he lied about the attack and impugned her character in the process. Jackson would recap the day as follows. Testimony from Lisa Birnbach, a fellow writer with whom Carroll told about the attack just minutes after it happened at a New York City department store. "He R-worded you," Birnbach said, she told Carroll at the time. In addition, per Newsweek, the former president is also under investigation by New York Attorney General Letitia James and her office over allegations that the Trump Organization inflated the value of his Scottish golf resorts, as well as a number of other properties and assets. He denies the accusations and has frequently called James's investigation a, quote, witch hunt, a staple for any investigation that involves himself. The Scotsman recap Trump's trip as follows. Clearly, in normal circumstances, the arrival of a former American leader would have been cause for much celebration. However, given Trump's attempts to overturn the presidential election result and his supporters' storming of the United States Capitol in a shocking attack on democracy, one wonders just who did arrange for the red carpet and two pipers that greeted him on arrival. Of course, it would be completely ridiculous to imagine that Trump would set up such a welcome for himself, but then again, he is more than a little ridiculous. So in short, am I surprised by any of this? No, absolutely not. They have this model set up for Trump rallies. I remember seeing Craigslist ads asking people to show up to the Tulsa rally. Remember that one? Brutal, mocked, embarrassing. It led to a man who worked for Trump being fired, who also had a run-in with police. So him going to Scotland is not the least bit surprising. Him staying away from the state of New York while this is going on, a strategy and a play, because he does not want to be photographed in the same state